look at my darling baby. Is there anybody more beautiful?
What's wrong with me?
I just didn't feel beautiful.
I was kind of attacked.
It's really overwhelming.
Who am I?
I felt so alone.
There's stuff about growing up that's universal.
I was putting all of this pressure on myself.
I was a mistake.
Unlovable.
Crazy.
Gross.
Just a burden.
I thought I was the only one who ever felt that way.
There's so many things out in the world that are obstacles, but you're your first obstacle.
What would it be like if we lived in a world where kids didn't learn to hate themselves first, but we just stayed with that love?
So we started with themes and topics that we kind of identified that felt really relevant to the growing up experience. And really, we wanted struggles and things that young people sometimes that were stigmatized and that were difficult to talk about. And then we really used Instagram as a tool to help us find young people. And then we just started doing lots and lots of video calls with young people. And simultaneously, we started identifying directors that felt passionately about the issues that we knew we were going to talk about. And so then together with the directors, we ended up per topic and theme, we narrowed down to about 3 to 5 young people's stories that we then shared with the directors, and the producing team together then chose the young people, because we wanted the directors to feel really both in control and to be able to have a shared lived experience with the people that they chose.
My identity as a disabled woman is completely whole and beautiful.
Being out and loud, I hope I am for someone what I needed.
I love the idea of redefining what it means to be a hero. And sometimes those small moments of vulnerability can be the biggest moment that changes a lot of people's lives. And I think all these kids who came on here and young people were vulnerable, and it has that power to change lives, even in that small kind of moment. So I think hero is the perfect way to describe these people.
It's interesting. I would spend a lot of time on Twitter growing up. And I think when I was living in Nebraska as a young gay man with not that many examples of people who were at all like me, Twitter was kind of this refuge where I could engage with people or see other people who looked like me, talked like me, acted like me. And that kind of gave me hope, that there is a place out there where I will find a community, I will be accepted, and I won't have to ignore certain parts of who I am. I think, bullying was definitely part of growing up too, and social media made that a little bit easier. Something I experienced as well. I think it's, for young people, pretty universal experience, which is what I love about the show too, is maybe you don't relate to exactly what I'm saying, but you might resonate with the feeling of whatever it is I'm talking about. You might say, I know exactly that feeling and I felt it. This is how I felt it.
We definitely had a surplus problem in terms of, in every possible way, in terms of characters even within each story, the number of people that are ancillary to a hero's journey of getting them there, because no one person gets there alone. Gavin's story is one of my personal favorites, just because I think he's had such, obvious intelligence and success, but so much of what got him there was someone driving him to school when he didn't have a ride, or just someone who could just recognize that you just literally need to ask for help and accept help. And I personally have had a history of being bad about accepting help, and that was something that I took a lot of inspiration from all the heroes.
Following your joy will lead you to the community that celebrates you and loves you as you should be.